Hey folks, guess what? Guess what? I want to see what's going to come next. Um, the Obama administration realizes that they'll never be able to disarm the American public. Um, no way. Won't happen. So they've taken it one step further. Just thought you'd like to know one of the latest things that is happening to the firearms ammo business in our country. Georgia Arms is the fifth largest retailer of .223 ammo in America. They sell 9mm and 45 and other ammo too. They normally buy spent brass from the U.S. Department of Defense, one-time used shell casings by our military from training on military bases and etc. They buy the brass and then reload for resale to law enforcement, gun shops, gun clubs, Walmart, ammo. They normally buy 30,000 pounds of spent brass at a time. This week, the DoD wrote a letter to the owner of Georgia Arms and said that from now on, the DoD will be destroying the brass, shredding it. It is no longer available to the ammo makers unless they buy it in a scrap shredded condition, which, of course, they've got no use for. They reload them. The shredded brass is now going to be sold by the DoD to China as scrap metal after the DoD pays for it to be shredded. The DoD is selling the brass to China for less money than ammo manufacturers have been paying. Plus, the DoD has to pay for the brass shredded and do all the accounting paperwork. That sure helps the U.S. economy now, doesn't it? Still cheaper to China. Do not sell shells to a proven U.S. business. Any agenda here? China? Yeah, okay. The Georgia Arms owner even related a story that one of his competitors had already purchased a load of brass last week. And the DoD contacted him this week and said they were sending somebody over to make sure it was destroyed. Shell casings he had already bought. The brass has no value to the ammo maker if it is destroyed, shredded, or melted. The ammo manufacturer only uses the empty brass shells to reload different calibers, mainly .223. Georgia Arms owner says that he will have to lay off at least half of his 60 workers within 2 to 3 months if the DoD no longer sells their spent brass to him. He has 2 to 3 months inventory of shells to use. By summer, he's out. If he has to buy new manufactured brass shells, then the cost of ammunition to the buyer will double and triple even. Plus, remember now, Obama wants to add 500% sales tax on each shell. Each shell. I'm gonna post a link right over here to a story on this and the actual letter that you can see the actual letter that was sent to Georgia Arms. Can't disarm them, just make it impossible for them to get ammo. The times are coming real quick, folks. Time to think. Time to smarten up. It's the Yellow Gray Wolf.